Yeah? Well, how about you let me through so that I can catch more Poké so that I can deal with them, huh? How does that sound? Anyways, welcome back to FireRed Omega, and as you can see, I have changed up my team. So, first off, you notice that I did put in Balbaroy, despite kind of roasting it in the last episode. I realized, okay, I have two fighting Pokemon, one of them is a physical attacker, mainly, but I decided, to drop Pilkington, and as a replacement for the physical attacking side, I brought in Balbaroy. So this episode will kind of be its rite of passage, and let's just see how it performs. And yeah, I also brought in Oracle, the Kirlia, and yeah, it has some decent stats. It's a good special defender. It'll be a useful addition to the team. I just hope it survives for longer than the other Pokemon on my team that I praised, which was Eris the Houndour. But that aside, we will finally tackle routes 24 and 25. So let's get to it. First battle is a camper down here. I will just lead with Balbaroy to see how he performs. Did he just say he saw my feet? I will... Camper Shane, you're weird. Okay. Oh, we've already seen Iapon. You're an old hat, go away. And yeah, Balbaroy has Wing Attack, which is a good flying move. And this episode will kind of be filled with random generic trainer battles. So I have thought of a topic to talk about. In this episode, I want to talk about my holidays in Rome this year. So pretty much last month, I went on holidays to Rome on my own, and it was kind of a mixed bag, really. I was really excited about it because I haven't done a holiday in a warm location in ages. Last time was around 10 years ago, and yeah, it started off really badly because I was sitting in the plane. It was all going according to schedule. The plane was rolling on, preparing for liftoff, when all of a sudden we turned around when we drove back to the airport, and all of a sudden the announcement came. Oh, someone on the plane didn't feel well and decided they didn't want to join, so please bear with us while we extract him. And yeah, it was annoying. We had more than an hour delay because of that, because of one person who was starting to feel sick or was afraid of flying, I don't know. But yeah, with like a 1 hour delay, we finally took off. Flight took 3 hours, there was no further delay, so that was good. I arrived in Rome at around 10 o'clock at night, and of course I was walking around with my suitcase, looking to get my bearings, and I exited the airport looking for a taxi, because I could have taken the train, but I decided I was tired, I wanted to call it a day. I'm just gonna do it the quick way, grab a taxi, whatever. As soon as I left the door, I was hounded by a few guys who were like, oh, taxi, 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 here, come here. And being the naive tourist that I was, I thought, oh yeah, they must lead me to the official taxis. Yeah, please get me a cab. They didn't. One of the guys was like, I was like, yeah, I want a taxi. And one of the guys replied, okay, here's your man. And then there was this shady dude with sunglasses who didn't speak a single word of English. So I was a bit put off already. And yeah, so he leads me to his taxi, which was a black van. I was like, he put my luggage in the trunk. I was sitting down. He locked the doors, and we were waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and I got a bit impatient already, and worried. Like, I didn't know what to expect. So I was asking the guy, hey, when do we start? He, of course, didn't understand a word, or pretended to not understand a word. I don't know. And he brought up Google Translate, which, I don't know, it's really unprofessional. But anyway, he said, oh, we're just waiting for more customers. We'll be going when we have more customers. So no one came, as was expected. So what did he do? He drove another... I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. He just drove around the airport for a bit. Like another 10 minutes. We went back to the parking space. And then he was talking to me in Italian, which, of course, I didn't understand, because I don't speak Italian. So he called his supervisor, who at least spoke English. At least, like, broken English, but he was understandable. So I talked to him a bit, and he was like, oh yeah, if there's no customers coming anymore, it's too late, whatever. If you want to go now, it's up to you, 120 euros. I'm like, 120 euros. No. Just no. Like, I read on the internet, a taxi to city center Rome should only cost about 50 euros. So I'm like, no, thank you, let me out. So thankfully he didn't force me to take the transfer with that shady cab, or that shady driver, so I was able to get out, didn't have to pay a fee, and I took the train into the city center, which was only, what, 14, 15 euros, I think, so that was not bad. And then finally arrived in the city center. I was able to get an official cab this time, paid the usual fee, it was all good. So I arrived at the hotel at around midnight, which was fair enough. And then the next day, oh yeah, I had a really great hotel room, by the way. It was nice and big, I had a bathtub, I even had a balcony, so that was awesome. And yeah, so next day, I'm in Rome, I have to go see the Colosseum. Definitely. And so I did. I took the metro to the Colosseum, and on my way there, again, I was hounded by scammers. So what they do is, I don't know what to say. It's just Africans, basically. They're the most prominent scammers there. They would just approach you with a smiling face and be like, oh hey, you're from Africa? And of course you would reply, no, I'm not. I'm from whatever country. And they would start a conversation then. And be friendly, and they'd be like, oh hey, They're basically telling you a great story of how they're becoming a father, or basically they're just trying to bond with you. Which is of course all shady business and just trying to sugarcoat you into falling for their scam. So basically this guy starts a conversation with me, and I didn't know what he wanted, so I was playing along. And he was like, oh hey, you're from Germany, and you're in Rome, I'm really happy for you, here's a gift. So he proceeds to give me this random trinket. It was like a glass red turtle or something, I don't know what it was. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you, good sir, I'm just gonna be on my way. And he was like, oh wait, I have another gift for you. So he reaches for his bag yet again, and grabs out, like, a friendship band. And looking at it, I didn't know what the scam exactly was, but I had something in the back of my head that was like, beware of African people trying to give you a friendship band when you're a tourist, or something like that. And besides, why would this random dude give me 2 gifts without him knowing me? So I got really suspicious of that. And thankfully I did, because afterwards I read on the internet about this scamming method. So what they're gonna do is, they would tie that band around your wrist. I'm gonna go heal, by the way. They would tie that band around your wrist with a knot that you can't release. Like, if you don't know the method, you just can't release the knot, and you can't untie the band from your wrist. So they would look at it, they would look at you scrambling, trying to untie the knot, and be like, oh hey, for what, having trouble getting rid of the band? Here, for a small fee, I can get rid of it for you. So they would, like, charge you 10 euros, and yeah, basically empty your wallet that way. And if you're really unlucky, they have an accomplice who would reach into your pockets and steal your whole wallet. So I'm really, really glad I was able to trust my instincts there and escape this situation. And then at the Colosseum itself, when I finally escaped the grasps of the scammer, I was again hounded by people. Seems to be a trend here. Who were like, oh hey, do you want to skip the line? Here, I'm your guide, you can join the Colosseum and skip the line, hooray. So in the end, and then I decided, no, wait, where's the entrance anyway? And so he didn't want to tell me, he was just like, oh, join the tour, you can skip the line. And I was like, no thank you. Because, for one, I would have preferred to explore the Colosseum on my own, or on an official guided tour. So in the end, I was put off by that and didn't go in at all. And I don't know, it probably would have been too expensive anyway. But yeah, that kind of sucked. And then afterwards, I went to visit the Forum Romanum, and which is like an archaeological site with a lot of ruins and stuff. And so I went to the clerk selling tickets, and I was like, "Oh, a full ticket, please." Like they had this thing called a full ticket, which would grant you entry to the Forum and the Colosseum as well. And he was like, "Yeah, sure, coming right up." And I think it was €12 the full ticket. So I hand him a €50 bill, and he gives me back €2. And I was like, "Wait, I gave you 50. And then the guy was like, "Yeah, 4 ticket. So he understood that I wanted 4 tickets. I say again, I was on my own this holiday. I didn't have any people behind me. I wasn't in a group. I was on my own. Why would I want 4 tickets? But yeah, the guy proceeds to mutter something to himself in Italian. I'm like, yeah, whatever, let him talk. At least he gave me back my money and only charged me for 1 ticket, so that was good. Still kind of weird. But yeah, I visited the Forum Romanum. It was nice. It was alright. It was worth the money. And then, okay, that's it for day 1. And a couple days later, I visited the Vatican. And, yeah, I just went there without booking a tour, without buying a ticket. You can, like, visit the outside of it, but that's it. Fair enough. And then I took the walk to the Vatican Museum. There's, like, a museum outside, a bit away from the Vatican itself. I was like, yeah, that would be kind of cool to see. So, on the way there was, like, a checkpoint set up, which I don't know if that was official or another scam, because I've already seen my fair share of scams there. So this guy approaches me. He did have an orange vest on that said official tour guide or something like that, or official staff. And he was like, "Hey, do you have your ticket for the museum?" I'm like, "No, where can I get it?" And the guy was like, "Here, you have to go to the ticket office. Wait, I'll show you. Follow me." Which, again, I probably would have done it if I hadn't experienced any scams the days before. But, yeah, the days before put me off, so I didn't follow the guy, and I just ran away, basically. Which is really a shame. Oh, here's Chad, by the way. Youngster Chad. He's a stud. Yeah, Rome is such a beautiful city, and it's such a shame that there's so many scammers running around. Fortunately, after those incidents, I was able to, like, stay ahead of the game, basically, and I didn't fall for anything else. And I also realized putting on headphones is a really, really good strategy to escape those people, because they wouldn't bother to talk to you if you're wearing headphones. It's, like, not worth the effort for them, or whatever. One of them waved at me, but I waved back, walked on, didn't talk to him at all. But, yeah, as I said, Rome is a great city, it's worth a visit, but if you go there, please, for the love of God, stay on your toes, and don't trust any strangers you meet. Oh, and also, maybe learn some basics in Italian, because people there, like, a lot of people do speak at least broken English, but it's, kinda, like, there's also a lot of people, especially the older ones, which wouldn't speak a word of English. So, why am I teleporting? What am I doing? But yeah, that was basically my experience in Rome. And I was able to fill a good 13 minutes of the episode, which is more than I expected. Cool. So, now we're at the final trainer of the route, I believe, Les Haley here. She has a Swablu. I have a Swablu on the PC, but I like Altaria, and I like Swablu's and Altaria's design, but they're a bitch to grind. Like, they take ages to level up, and Swablu isn't really that strong. Oh. Well, that's a winner right there. Start off with the Swablu, which is pretty rare and obscure, and follow up with, you know, just a Pidgey. Very good team design here, Les Haley. You are getting sparked. Okay, super effective. Yeah, whatever, go on. What else do you have? You have a... Oh, Roselia. Haven't seen a Roselia yet in the run. Should I go with Juice? Yeah, Bulbaroy's damaged. I'm gonna go with Juice. I don't want to risk losing another teammate so shortly after losing half of my team. Still salty about that. But yeah, Roselia... I've used a Roselia in the original Sapphire, I think. It was decent. It got an evolution in Platinum. It's even more decent now. And yeah, fun fact about Roselia's evolution. That's probably the first roadblock you're gonna meet in Pokemon Platinum. Because the second gym leader in the game already has a Roselia, which is way, way stronger than anything else you would see at that point of the game. And I don't know if it's also in the original Diamond and Pearl. I can't remember at this point. But Diamond and Pearl were really shy about including the Hoenn, or the evolutions from older Pokemon, so I'm not sure. Okay, here we have Bill's house. And where's Bill? Here's a Clefairy, you might wonder. But if we talk to the Clefairy, he's just gonna say that he's Bill. And he's got a Western accent, so let me try getting out my Hick accent here. Hey, what's with that skeptical look? I'm not joshing you, laddie. Oh god, no, that was more Scottish. Wee laddie here. Oh, whatever. Yeah, he screwed up an experiment, basically, so we have to free him, and I'm just gonna be a jackass and say no. Yeah, it's a but though must. You have no choice. And wait, did he just hit on me? Did he just call me beautiful? So there is gender-specific dialogue, isn't there? But anyways, we just gotta play along here because he's relevant for the plot or whatever. So we're just gonna be a good person and free him. So let's watch the beautiful sequence. It's not really that much of a sequence. It's a dot going around from one pipe to the other. And I don't even know how that works. And to be honest, I don't even know how a Pokemon researcher is able to develop teleports. Can we go in? No, we can't. Okay, what do you got to say in your defense, Bill? Yeehaw! That's what you gotta say. Ah, yeah, little cowboy here, huh? No. Unless you want to, like, give a Pokemon to me, that would be nice. Or we can just get a ticket to the SS. Yeah, whatever. The SSN. It's kind of Nugget Bridge, but more so. It's just a gauntlet of trainers with a few items mixed in between. And I'm not sure if those two are trainers or not. So I'm gonna find that out off screen, honestly. Because right now... why am I walking? I can just teleport to the Pokemon Center. Because I have a Kirlia. Woohoo! Okay, let's do that. And, we got a bit of time left before we hit my magical 20-minute mark. So I will just heal, go back to the couple at the lake, or at the pond, or whatever you want to call it, see if they're a double battle. Oh god, I just remembered. This generation has double battles. I hate double battles in Nuzlocke, because so much can go wrong. Because your two opponents can just gang up on one of your Pokemon, and just kill it in one turn without you being able to do anything about it. Oh, that would suck. And I know that there is a double battle, a trainer battle type in this game, or in this generation. Now I'm kinda afraid for my life. Or more importantly, for the life of my team. But I can't pass up on a challenge. So I'm just gonna lead with a good team here. I guess Colonel is my strongest, Hardhat has a good defense. Okay, no, they're not a trainer battle. Very nice. And yeah, I'm alone. Sorry, I'm jealous. I'm just gonna go cry. And this pond reminds me. I should go catch some water Pokemon in the near future. But before we do that, or before we're able to do that actually, let's just see what Bill has on his PC. Yeah, same business as usual, just the evolutions. Wasn't changed. I don't care about the Pokédex, really. Honestly, just a little anecdote here before we end. I've never really cared about filling the Pokédex. At least not when I'm playing a game on my own, like when I want to play through the story and whatever. The only time I really filled the Pokédex was in Pokemon Black. Oh, he moved! Nice! Good guy policeman! Yeah, so the only time I really bothered filling the Pokédex was in Pokemon Black. And that was not even while I was playing the game while I was playing through the story. That was just a spur of the moment thing I decided after finishing it. So I filled the Pokédex as close as I could. I was missing some event Pokemon, but I didn't really count those. I got everything I could, plus the few events that I did have. I was proud of it. And yeah, I'm just gonna drop off Balbaroy here because Philemon is just my go-to catching Pokemon. Because it has Sleep Powder and it's not too strong, so it can whittle down the opponents. So bear with me while I head to Route 5, I believe it's called. Let's find out. But yeah, to finish my train of thought, I touched on that briefly in one of the last episodes when I was talking about shinies. Yeah, while filling the Pokédex in black, I found a shiny Excadrill. I loved it. It was pink and baby blue, which kind of sucked, but still, it was my first shiny. I was proud of it. And no, Oracle, I do not want to teleport. Get used to that, this is gonna happen a bunch. Okay, let's see if I can't dodge this rocket fella here. Nope, I can't. Okay, I guess we have to fight another battle. And he's on a higher level than me. Beautiful. Oh god, if I... Oh, he has a Houndour. He has a Houndour. Are you going down, sir? You're just rubbing it in. You're in cahoots with Joe, aren't you? With my rival. Yeah, so you're gonna howl. You're gonna pretend like you're Simon Neil from Biffy Clyro. I'm just gonna kick you right in the face. Say goodbye to your Houndour. It's dead now. Oh, that felt good. Vindication. Okay, what else are you gonna have? You have a Drowsy. Drowsy. I don't really have anything effective against a Drowsy, so I'm just gonna outpower it, basically. I'm just gonna Razor Leaf it. Colonel, you should be able to take a Drowsy. Drowsy has never been strong. It's level 21, which is respectable, but it's nothing to worry about. Drowsy is weak. Well, it's weak offensively. It has good defenses, as you can see here. But yeah, that confusion did 7 damage. Ha! Laughable. Nice try, Rocket Fella. Oh, and you're gonna disable me. You're gonna disable my Razor Leaf? Guess what? I have Absorb. You suck. Let's see, is that enough to kill the Drowsy? Yeah, it is. I don't know. I'm kind of bummed that they changed the cheap 8-bit crunched cries from the Pokemon in the later generations. I don't like how they modernized them. Just because of nostalgia reasons, that's really it. But yeah, he gave us the Dig TM. Dig is actually one of my favorite moves in the whole game. Because it's strong. I think it's improved in this hack, yeah, because I believe in the original Generation 3 it only had a base power of 60. It was changed to 80 in later generations, but I believe in Gen 3 it was 60. Now let me see if anyone can learn that. Indeed. Hardhead, you don't need it, you already have Magnitude, but Juice would be a good user of Dig. But for now, let's actually just postpone catching Pokemon until the next episode, because now we're at 23 minutes, which is more than enough. So let me save the game, overwrite my old file, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.